Hello, welcome back. I got a Diorpium interview. He didn't fight on DBX6, but he fucking fought on 3, 4, and 5 back-to-back-to-back cards in this young ass promotion. We got James the Loose Cannon, 2-1 right now. I'm so excited for this one. Big fan, very big fan. Since the first fight, I saw you against Hector, bruh. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? You're not, probably wasn't the favorite, whatever. Hector's Hector, whatever. No one really knew anybody about, anything with GBX, such a young sport, blah, blah, blah. But just how you just sauced him with your 1-2s and then how you just like impose your will in your next fight is what genuinely made me the next fan. And me and I don't I mean I'm not gonna speak for you, but for me, I kind of hate Monte Arbana, so I feel like I kind of resonate with you a little bit. Not saying you have to hate him, but everything speaks for itself.
I
If you
definitely, I
wanna
definitely hate his style.
say that again, sorry.
I definitely hate his style, dude. Fighting a guy
No.
like that who doesn't want to fight, horrible player. I don't know why you'd sign up.
No, literally. And he got the point token in your fight. And then, bro, I was talking to Block, and because obviously Block just fought him, and Block was saying that during the face-off, he was telling him that he's gonna make Block run. And bro, he literally just hugged the whole time. It's just crazy work from Monte, bro. But
No.
I'm just gonna get into it. I got 12 questions for you today. Number one, how was your DBX3 experience? Just everything all around.
It's good. I think DBX is a great promotion. Like the staff, all the staff and the owners and all them, they're really nice. And everyone, they take care of you. You feel like you're actually like appreciated as a fighter. And especially like I haven't been in any of these really big shows, so you get that really like that big show experience and that vibe. You know, you're signing posters, you're doing interviews. They got all the camera guys backstage. Like everybody's super professional and it moves super smooth. Fight week, I always enjoy it. I always enjoy fight week.
What's your favorite part about the media of the fight week?
I think I just like that they're actually active online and posting highlights like quickly and everything you say. They kind of like pit fighters against each other in the interviews. Like you'll say something and then I by the time my interview came out, Hector before his interview, he already knew everything I said. And they
Yeah.
were lighting him up. So I was like, I see what you guys are doing, you know. I
Yeah,
see
they're
what's
trying to cause
happening.
some
They're definitely
commotion.
pitting us against each other. Yeah.
It's all for the entertainment. Hopefully, y'all don't take it too personal or whatever, like the main event or whatever of the last week's card. But we'll get to that later. I'm gonna go to my second one. What was something you took away from your DBX4 fight?
Just like you gotta keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Like it was the type of action that the judges were looking for. I think in Tennessee was they just wanted to see you actually going. And my opponent wanted to clinch a lot in that fight and not really give me any space. And I think the judges really saw that I was trying to keep the action going and really pressing them and just I also taught me a lot about like, you know, it doesn't matter. I have a broken nose, so I immediately start breathing through my mouth. I immediately look like I'm huffing and puffing and gassing there. And it's just something like, you know, no matter what, I have the gas in the tank. And even if I'm on empty, I got more willpower than most of these guys.
True, and you prove it by just only coming forward. And even if y'all are hugging or clinching, you're still trying to stay active too. So that's something that's very good. You're not just there to hug or, catch a breather. I mean, by all means, you'll catch a breather when you can, but you're strategic with it. And one thing I saw that you do, then I'm seeing a handful of fighters do, and not to put you on the spot or whatever, but when you have someone against the ropes, you kind of have your hand in the ropes, so you trap them basically. And not that, that's not
Yeah,
hugging, it's kind of clinching in a way or whatever, but you're still remaining active doing that. You're literally trapping them and just fucking them up. So that shit is I love when I see
yeah.
fighters do intricate stuff like that. Um, yeah, bro, what round did he break your nose in that fight?
No, I didn't break my nose. I broke my nose like 5 times in my career. So it's just
Oh,
always
okay.
bent.
So you just,
So
I know
I,
what you mean.
yeah, I haven't been hurt. Like my nose bleeds quick. So as soon as I get tapped, my nose starts bleeding because it's shaped weird now. My septum's like always stick. People think I got a booger in my nose all the time, and then my septum is sticking out sideways. I'm like, that's the bone that's supposed to be
Uh,
behind my nose. Yeah, it's messed up.
that's the price you got to pay to be entertaining these days, bro. Obviously, it's showing though, 2-1. You're doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to number three, and I just want to, honestly, you can rant, you can just be honest, you can do whatever you want. Tell me about your experience in the ring with Monte Agbana on DBX5, bro.
It was probably one of the most frustrating fights of my life, dude. He especially because of the energy that he had at weigh-ins and the shit he was saying before. She kept telling me to keep your energy. I'm like, I only go forward, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any boring fights on my record, and some guy's gonna act like he's a striker, and then his style is so frustrating because he'll just stay away and try to jab you, just terrified, and then he'll do a little sprint at the end of the round. You're really just trying to gauge that. And
Yeah.
it's my fault. I take full credit for losing because it's like I should have invested in the body more early. I was headhunting because I wanted to knock him out. He was talking so much trash, and I thought at some point he would engage with me. So that's why I was throwing looping hooks because he just kept diving out to the side. So it's on me. I should have just started investing in the body really early. And I maybe started getting him lean forward, be afraid of the body shots. And then, I mean, he told me, he's like, after the fight, he's like, oh, I'll get you that. We'll do it again. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. No one's going to want to see that. First of all, we're going to have to pay somebody to put that fight on because it's the most boring thing ever. I'm like, people pay money to watch us fight. Like, if you're
Literally.
gonna go fight in the alley, do what you gotta do, Monty. Like, you're fighting some random guy on the street. Stay away. Stick behind your jab. Whatever you gotta do, stay alive. People pay. You said pay. Come watch me do this. Come spend your hard-earned money and
Yeah.
watch me run around the ring for 4 rounds, bro. Was just terrified. I'm like, I don't understand. And then the second fight, I was happy that the fight with Block went that way because I'm like, look, see, there's the one common denominator in both those fights. Block's entertaining, and I'm entertaining. Monty is the boring fighter, and he's clenching and he's running, and that's really, he's not here to fight. I don't know why they gave him another fight because that's not what they're looking for, clearly. And if I see him in there again, I just want to hit him. I'm just like, I'm literally just gonna come forward the same amount. So I'm like, if he's gonna try to clinch me, I've been working on a lot of moves that'll work against Monty. So I don't see us getting the fight again because it was so boring. But if we do, I'm ready for him.
Good answer. Yeah, that probably is the harsh reality, him just not being so entertaining. Then, and that's what really DBX needs, bro. Like the rules are literally made to be entertaining, and I hate having to repeat this, but Monte found a way to fucking make it not entertaining, bro. It's so crazy, bro. And I'm just gonna bring it up again because I love bringing it up because it feels good, bro. Monte blocked me, bro. He could not handle criticism, like
Oh
just like
no
he just did
way!
not handle chill criticism.
Wow,
And if you can't just handle the truth, then you probably don't got a future in dirty boxing or whatever. But um.
that's wild.
And yeah, one thing about your fight is when he got the point taken in the it was the third round or the second round?
In the third, yeah,
Yeah, and then oh my God, and then they basically turned it into a draw for y'all to go into the fourth round or whatever, bruh. I could just
yeah.
tell y'all were both so dead. And one thing I noticed about your fight with the Monte versus the fight before, I forgot what the guy's name was, but that you starting off the fight, you seemed like you were like trying to focus on not just staying more composed, but kind of like keeping your gas tank in check, so if it because you can kind of tell in the fight in DBX 4 in that fight. Obviously, y'all both got tired. Like at the end of the third round, y'all are like, y'all hugging and shit. Like it is what it is. Like
Yeah.
I get it, bro. But I feel like that's one thing I noticed that you tried to change up in the DBX 5 fight was like not coming out too crazy or whatever, but it still ended up being that way and you imposed your will as much as you could and came away with the dub. I'm gonna go into the next
Yeah.
one. Good thing on you for bringing up Block. I said, what do you think
Yeah.
about Block calling you out and how do you think honestly that fight goes?
I think it's going to be super. If we get the fight, because he's saying a lot of weird things if you're going to call somebody out, but if we get the fight, I think it would be massively irritating. I think that he's not, I don't know what his chin's like, but I hit hard for a 205er. I fought a heavyweight. So I'm like, I have no idea what his chin's like, but I know he's there to be hit. And I'm gonna be there to be hit too. So I'm not running away. I don't think either one of us are gonna take a step backwards. And we can actually both box, which would be exciting, I think, for the fans to see. Like the last time I got in the ring with someone who actually wanted to box me instead of clinch work, I knocked him out. So if I decide to
Yeah.
just play smart and 1-2 blocks, she's too small, honestly. And I think that's kind of what he sees too. Like walking around at 188 or whatever he was saying, it's like seems like you should be cutting to 170 and calling out maybe some welterweights. Like if you're gonna
Yeah.
call, I don't, you can call me old school, call me uncle or whatever. If you're gonna call me out, you can't then be like, put at this weight class at this time, and it's like, no, dude,
Yeah.
that's not how
Yeah.
it works. You call me out, you're coming to me. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'll lose, get on the treadmill, dog, and then we can fight. It's like, what are you talking about? Why did you even say my name then? Why wouldn't you talk about one of the small guys? There's tons of small guys. There's tons of small guys at 170 who are popping. You know what I mean? If you're talking to me, you're fighting at 185, you're fighting at 205.
Yeah.
That's or don't call me out. It's like me calling out the Wolf and be like, cut down to 205. Wolf. It's goofy. That's just goofy. Like you
I
can't
know what
do
you
it. If
mean.
you're gonna no disrespect. If you're gonna call me out, I will fight anyone on the planet. I have
Yeah.
no problem with that. They send me a contract. I've never said no. On 8 days' notice, I took Monty. Didn't even think about
Yeah.
it. Right? If you're gonna call me out, you're not just gonna be like cut. Like, what do you cut to welterweight to fight you, bro? I don't care where you walk around at. Eat a couple cheeseburgers, dog. Lift some weights. Like you're gonna be a big boy. You're gonna play with the big boys. You need to fight me. There's no weight limit on the low end. You could come in the fight at 190 and be in great shape if you think you're walking around at 188 or whatever he said. Like I'm not even throwing shade. I think he's an entertaining fighter, and I could tell that Monty was the one that didn't want to fight in that fight, and I would love to fight him on the White House card. I'm not dropping down to 170. I will. I'll fight you at 185. Like, but I'm gonna be the one making the cut for someone who called me out, which is weird in
Yeah.
my eyes.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
don't
No.
make
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
sense. And I'd rather have the 205 belt. I feel better at 205. I want to get more wins in the 205 division. So it's like, okay, I'll go beat up this 185 if you want just for another highlight. I think he's going to be entertaining. So at the very least, I'm going to be cutting him up and putting all these reels on the gram. So I got no problem fighting. I'm not running from anybody.
I think obviously if y'all do, fight, it would have to be at 85 because I think you cutting to 70 is just crazy. Because I think
Yeah.
was your fight on DBX 4 that was that at 85?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could I feel like just
Yeah.
being a completely unbiased, just being a fan watching. I feel like you could tell like you kind of and the commentary said something too that you looked a little rough on the scales or not like rough, but
Oh,
it
dude.
was a little that it was a cut, you know what I mean? So I could see
It was
that
a
like
miscalculation. I mean, it could have happened to anyone. Okay. It could happen to anybody. It was just a miscalculation on the timing. I feel like if I had a little bit more timing in the day, I would have made it easy. It was just one of those things, but I was dying, dude. I'm talking like on death's door the day before.
I know what
Okay.
you mean,
I'm
bro.
like, so like during a rough weight cut, your gas tank is compromised. But at the end of the day, a lot of the gas tank in that fight, a lot of the gas tank is just not holding back. Like me and him both empty the tank. Like if you're saying I have bad cardio, then you gotta say he has bad cardio because we're
No, yeah,
both dead.
y'all were yeah. By the
You know what I
middle
mean?
of the
So
second, y'all were
yeah,
both looking a little. Oh my god! But
if
y'all still
you
pushing though.
it's something you got to know. Like if you're in the ring with a guy, you guys can both stand there and conserve your gas tank and act like no one's watching you, or you can put it all out there for the fans. You can empty the tank. And it's like I'm not afraid of being exhausted in a fight. A lot of these guys are, and that's why they choose not to fight like the way I fight. Every fighter could fight the way I fight and keep all their fights entertaining. They just decide to do little pop shots and move around. No one has better cardio. We all work out.
Yeah.
All of these guys that look like they have good cardio, they're resting and there's big times in between they do before they do anything. They're doing these little sprints. That's why
Yeah.
they do that type of cardio. And me, I'm going in there. We're both gonna get tired, and then we're gonna see who has more willpower. And I just feel like I have more willpower than everybody on the DBX roster
I believe you.
combined.
And on the
Yeah.
DBX roster, let me try to think of someone who might. Because honestly, I don't. It might take me a second. I'll get back to you on that. If I can think of someone that might, I'll be like, all right,
Yeah.
that'd be a good combo. But I think you might actually got me there just right now because I really can't think of anyone off the top of my head. So that's honestly, you bring up a good point. And
Yeah.
with that, just comes straight pure entertainment. So how could you now want to sit there and watch a James Cannon fight, win or loss, regardless? But
Well,
you're 2
fair.
and 1, so it seemed to be going in your favor. This rule set seems to be working for you. You know what I'm saying? You just have,
Yeah.
a vet like Monte just circling out the whole time,
Dude.
but it is what it is, I guess. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this is my second time doing this. I got a new segment for my interviews. I got Merc or Work. I don't know if you've seen the clip, but the first one I did with Gabriel Urit, he was talking crazy. It was really funny. I got 5 names for you. I want you to tell me if you're gonna Merc them or if it's good work, and I want you to kind of tell me how you think it will go. All right.
Okay.
We'll just start with Block at 85. Obviously, we were talking about Block a little bit. Just what do you think?
Merkham. That might be round one.
Is there anything? Is
That
there any
would
specific way you see it happening?
I would just stay low. Like I'm literally the same way I put Hector out. I'm gonna push him up against the cage. I think he's gonna hit me and feel like he can land just 1-2, 1-2, and pull him back. 1-2, slip 2, 1-2, slip 2 till he passes out.
I'm for it until he
Yeah.
passes out. I think Block's chin is pretty good, bro. Because you saw the spinning back elbow he ate from Monte at the end of the third. It clocked him a little bit. You dropped a little bit, but
Yeah.
it didn't
Monty
like
has no
flatline or
power.
whatever.
Monty
That's a
hits
good
like a
point too.
little girl. He has no. I'm telling you, he if you're gonna do the runaway style and then do a sprint at the end, you have to have power or the because they'll if you do a boring round and knock somebody out, no one will remember how boring it was. They'll be like, he
Yeah,
was setting them up the whole time. It's really but if you do that and then you punch me and I'm walking right through it, like there's no power. You just don't have power. And it's
I know
okay.
what you
Like
mean.
it's not everyone has that. Yeah.
And bro, someone that doesn't have power, and I'm not even trying to throw shade because I feel like you kind of see it in his fights is the 145 or and I feel this is not disrespectful at all. Tristan Galichan or Galich, I don't know how to say it or whatever. I feel like in both of his dirty boxing fights, especially with the one against El Gallo, he was just point boxing and trying to get into a decision with El Gallo's actually over here just like not by any
So,
means like how you do it, but obviously his power. I feel like El Gallo's technique's a little, can be a little rough or whatever, especially when he gets a little tired and when he's in like that dirty boxing range and just trying to scrap. But sorry, I'm
yeah.
getting off topic. Let me just go to the next one.
You're
Travis St.
good.
John at 205. How do you see that fight going? That's a very
That's
exciting matchup that
work.
I would love.
That's work. I love Travis. Travis is
Yeah.
dope. Travis is good people. Backstage, he's a great guy behind the scenes. I'm happy he got a win, and me and Travis would be a dope fight. I think that would be a dope little title eliminator or something. That would be fun. I think me and Travis would be. He's big, you know what I mean. I gotta watch out for his power. He likes doing exciting Superman punches. I haven't seen him in a boring fight. He's not afraid of anyone. He's standing and banging with those big Brazilians. So it's like, dude, me and Travis's work. That would be exciting.
Bro, you versus Travis, like opening up a main card or like the second fight on a main card.
Yeah,
That's entertainment right there. And I'm just
that'd be
saying this
crazy.
because I know I don't actually know anything, but I love to think that AJ Rosa watches my videos, bro. Come on,
Yeah,
what are we doing, AJ?
come
And
on, AJ.
don't disrespect
Let's
that
get.
matchup if it does happen by putting it on the early prelims or like on the prelims at all. Let's be real here. Come on.
Yeah.
That is, just had to put that out there. I'm gonna go to the next one. Rakeem Cleveland at 205. How do you see that? If he, goes back down. I know he's
Uh,
a heavyweight as well.
Raheem's dope too. He's cool. That'd be work. He would be. That would be. That'd be if he's tall as hell. Like I like Cleveland's got inches on me. When we were talking, no, no,
No, go ahead, go ahead, go
oh
ahead, go
yeah, I got hold up. Yeah, pause on that.
ahead,
2 seconds. That motherfucker,
go
big ass black guy. Okay, I'm about to joke around. I met him in person. He's a good dude though. He's a cool guy. It was cool being when we were. He was a co-main event, or I was a co-main event. He was the main event. I was stoked for him that he got the opportunity, and I wanted to see him win. But I mean, he's going against a legit striker, so that was hard.
Yeah,
But I think that I would be able to use a style that I prefer against Ricky because me and Travis are more the same height, but he's so tall that I'd be burying my head in his chest and just bombing over the top. Like I'm not gonna be standing at range with him at all.
yeah, I
My
wouldn't
boy's
mess with
big.
him. No, yeah, as
Yeah,
fuck. He's tall as shit. All right, you
yeah,
said work. We're gonna go to the next
yeah. Well,
one. Say Jeff Craig doesn't go to 170 in his next fight. He stays at 185. Would you, Merker work? What are you feeling?
oh, murked the shit out of. I'll beat the shit. I wanted that fight. I wanted that fight on this card. That's the fight I want. I will.
Oh my
Oh
God, sorry,
no.
some shit just fell. I thought it was about to fall on my head. No, I'm good. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
No, yeah, I wanted that fight, dude. I wanted that fight. On this card at 185. I think I would. I think I hurt him. I think I hurt him, dude. I'm not even playing around. He looks so soft, and that elbow, like I don't know how it happened. Like when I saw it, I was like, I don't know what hurt about that or anything. But homie fell. So both of them, I wanted both of them, and I'll fight both of them on the same night. Both
On
those
the
guys in
same
that fight at
night.
185. I don't even care because here's the thing: DBX signs dudes, and DBX doesn't sign people, right? And so it's like I'm on the last 3 cards. I'll do whatever you got. Scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, dude. I'm not signed. You're signing this dude, Jeff Craig, and the guy he just beat. They're both signed, and I'm sitting over here like, okay, hold up. I mean, both of them for lunch. I'm not even joking around. Like they are. I'm taking the lunch money. These like little dudes compared to me. And I'm like, if I have to go to 185 to do it, I will. You know what I mean? I thought after I knocked out Hector, I'm like, oh, dude, just throw me that Brian battle fight. That'll be the best fight that you guys ever had on bar none.
That
Fact, that
would,
would be the best fight they ever
yes.
had. The most entertaining fight. I'm like Brian Bauer doesn't take a step backwards. I don't take a step backwards. He's legit, and I'm trying to big game hunt. And then they put me back like open in the show on the next card, and they put me open in the show on this card. I'm like, bro, what is going on here? I sparked Hector Lombard in the co-main event, right? Tickets already sold, so you made your money off him, and you don't have to pay him his win money. Like I saved you a ton of money. I know you're paying me less
Facts,
than
low
him. I'm
key.
not even worried about that, dog. Like I wanted one of these. I was like, I'm thinking I'm gonna get a big fight next, and they got me going down 185 on the prelims, and I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe they're setting up a Brian battle fight at 185, and then he goes to PFL. I'm like, dude, we just wasted that opportunity. It's madness. In my eyes, it's madness, dude. Like, so this playbook writes itself. It was so simple. Coming off the Hector fight, James Cannon versus Brian battle, main event, co-main event, whatever you want to do would have been lit. That opportunity seems like it's gone because he's out now. But they're letting these little dudes at 185 go around fighting each other. I'm like, I would dust both of them on the same night, like old school style. I'll beat the brakes off both of those dudes. But I'm honestly the same as my last fight. Like, no respect. I'm walking straight forward. I'll go hands down on Jeff Craig and beat the brakes off him. And I'm not nothing personal. I don't even know the guy. I'm just saying from the way his face looks, I'm gonna beat the brakes off him. That's crazy work. It's crazy work.
And one thing that you said about the elbow or whatever that he got over Dustin Bailey, bro, when I watched it too, and I posted my live reaction, I had no idea what happened. I was like, what? And then obviously I just see Dustin Bailey crumble on the ground. He gets right back up. Obviously, it's like a flash knockdown, but he crumbled and
Yeah.
the ref called it. It was crazy clean, just a nice little inside. It just perfectly, it was
Yeah.
crazy. It was perfectly placed. It was insane. But one thing that scares me, bro, how do you think you would do against Jeff Craig's little fucking elbow? How do you think you
Oh
would do
yeah,
against that?
dude. I think I'll just like. Here's the thing: is I'm left-handed, right? And I'm not gonna just dive in with my face forward. So he's never. It's not even gonna be. It's not even gonna be a factor. I'm way too long for death. I'm way too long for both of them. That's what I'm saying. I'm probably gonna just grab the shit out of him real quick, and
Put
then
him on
I'll
the
show him how to
wall.
elbow. Just pick his little ass up for a second and just be like, you know what I mean? Like really let him know. I'm like 118. I'm 218 right now, and I'm feeling good. Like so, I'm getting bigger. Like I'm getting bigger, and if I have to go down to 185, it's like, dude, just give me some time. Like, don't be like
Give you a
next week
cane
you
for
want to fight
real.
185. Yeah, give me some time, and then I'll be at 185 looking good, and I'm gonna snatch these little boys up. I'm not even playing. He could do his little elbows. That's gonna be real cute. I'm gonna be 5 feet away from sniping his face off.
I'm
Guaranteed.
surprised you're not signed to DBX already, like contract wise. You're just kind of going fight by fight. So I mean, bro, obviously you got a mouth. You're talking
Yeah.
crazy. You obviously backing it up by only coming for. I'm surprised. The math isn't mathing, bro. Just being honest. But
Dude,
hopefully that comes
crazy
soon for
work.
you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw that name in the mix too. How do you think the Brian battle fight goes? Is that Merc or work, bro?
I think that's work. I think that would be. He's got chin on him. You know what I mean? But in that last fight, I was like, oh, he bleeds. You know what I mean? He can get hurt. And I think that's exactly how it would go. I would just keep going. But my thing is, I put my chin up against anybody. Like I really like maybe you drop me with a body shot. That might happen. You catch me breathing in or something stupid. You catch me tired. But realistically, I've been hit and been like, oh wow, that really hurt. I'm surprised I'm not out. But not even weak in the knees. Like I just don't. It's not like a luxury that I have. Like I'm just there to take the damage. Every fight, like broken nose, broken face, broken hands, I'm still going forward. I don't pass out. I used to fight at heavyweight, and I've gotten TKO before, and just been like, oh, that's looking back at the tape. I'm like, that's surprising that he kneed me in the face that I didn't get knocked out at heavyweight. So it's like these 185ers is just like kind of like fighting. It feels like we're sparring. I'm like, you guys can hit harder if you want to, like you're allowed to, and they don't. They just don't have the power. So I think that it was going to be a slugfest. I think that me and Brian would be like, it'd be like straight up entertainment. The promotion. He's hot on the mic. I'm hot on the mic. I got my last name's James. My name's James Cannon. His name's Brian Battle. I'm like it's kind of like made. It was like made. Could have been perfect. I don't know how that slips by, but it's just wild work.
Hopefully you putting it out there right now it reaches the right ears and maybe we could just see something in the future. But I think that's a very good matchup too. I can't believe that's never once came across my head. You versus Brian Battle and just like, seeing how Brian Battle's like, obviously he's getting like cans as a layup to kind of like just do what he needs to do or whatever at 85. Um, just seeing the second dude he fought, the most recent one where he had that crazy like rip on the mic after the fight or
Yeah,
whatever in Nashville. That dude was low key tagging him up a little bit before Brian locked in and actually took a second, did what he did. They got
sorry.
the a
Yeah,
little punch
yeah.
on the ground or whatever. But I think if that's you, like, no, imagine that was you doing that initially. That's
That's
what
what I'm
like,
saying.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. I was there,
Um,
like brother.
I'm very excited for that. I hope
Don't.
that does happen in the future. That has me that
Yeah,
puts a smile on my face. That would something. I'd buy a
yeah.
ticket to see that shit. Last name on the Merker work segment, John Zay Silva at 185.
Oh, Johnson's my guy too. That's the problem is I'm super chill. And if you're chill, we be chopping it up. You know what I mean? So like most of the guys I talk trash on, I never met because Johnson's cool as hell, and I think that would be a dope fight at 205 too. And I think like he did drop an L in that last fight, but they made him cut to 185. He's a big guy. You know what I mean? So both those guys that cut him and Kevin, they're both like they're both big boys. And I'm like, I thought we were gonna see one of them next. That's when they called me about Montague. I thought I was gonna get one of them at 205. And I was like, for sure, yes, that's a title eliminator. So I think for him, it's just work. It's just good work. Like me, that'd be a hard fight. That'd be a dope fight. He's not really he's down to swing, dude, but he's like sloppy like me. Like we're both tall as hell, but we'll just be winging punches, crazy hooks. So I think that's crazy work. I think that people will love that fight too.
That's good. I think that with your fighting style, like you said, like not like head down bad, but head forward, just like kind of going forward. Whatever. Like you said, you broke your nose, like it's fucked or whatever. But I could see both
Yeah.
of y'all's not composure going out the window like that, but just like slugging, like that's dirty boxing,
Yeah.
bro. Like that sounds amazing. I'm gonna go into my next one. What were your thoughts on the DBX build up and outcome of the main event
Oh,
of Rob Perez and Michael Garcia?
yeah. Um, yeah, that's hard. They
If you want to politely
I
decline the
don't know.
question,
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm not trying to be hating on anybody or nothing.
I know what you mean. It's
But
hard to choose a side, bro. It's hard to choose a side.
I yeah, I kind of was like, okay. So I thought it was an early stoppage. Okay, I think that was like an early stoppage as hell. And my problem with the early stoppage is you're not saving anybody. We're gonna go back in the gym. We gotta fight more fights now. But if you would have given the chance to get up, we never know what's gonna happen. But the he just talks too much. So I said it as a comment online. I said it. I was like, "Oh, Garcia's gonna starch him." When he walked up to Garcia and started pushing him and acting all crazy, I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna get starched." I could just tell it. Like you don't have that type of karma on your side. You have to be so dope to be able to do stuff like that and then not get starched. But a lot of guys don't do antics like that ahead of time because they're afraid they're gonna get starched. So
Yeah,
like shout out to him. He's not afraid of anybody. I don't think he's scared or anything like that. But I don't think he was focused the way he needed to be focused. I felt like something was off. And Garcia's a big guy. You make one mistake, it's over. So big shout out to Garcia for that. I think it was an early stoppage. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you're asking my opinion straight up on it, it's hard to be like, oh, okay, because a lot of people are like, what is he gonna do? Stand up and get knocked out? I'm like, but then we'd know. But
yeah,
then there would be no like what if happened or nothing. And the crowd feels much better about it. And the people at home feel much better about it. And he signed up for that. Let him stand up and get knocked out. You know what I mean? Or let Garcia finish him on the ground or what you guys stepping in, even on the Jeff Craig elbow. Can you just let a guy take a couple more shots so we can find out? We find out and then we'll be fine.
yeah,
Right. But you stop it early. Now we're all like, oh, what if? You know what I mean? And the wolf's over here barking. Like that was just a lot of, I don't know what he did, but that was a lot of karma because he went so hard in the paint before that fight. And like the amount of people online that were just like, he's gonna get knocked out. We just everybody just immediately like if I had money on that, I'd immediately switch money to Garcia. Like he's gonna get knocked out.
yeah.
I know, I could tell. Yeah, that was crazy work.
Obviously, the way you explained it, I agree with you so much. Like the karma, like imbalance going into fights and stuff. Like I feel like that right there, the fact of that is like what not motivates me, but keeps me in check, bro. To not try to act crazy or like be like that. Because I know damn well if I'm turning into Rob Perez for a day or whatever, I'm talking about calling ice on Michael Garcia, this U.S. citizen, talking about him being a deadbeat dad, like just like going crazy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And like, and how can you make fun of someone working a 9 to 5? The
that's
world
wild
works.
work.
That's what I'm saying. So
It's
he's,
wild work. Yeah,
but I also do understand Rob Perez and the Wolf or whatever, like promotion by any means necessary. Like he's the one that sold out, bro. I think let not maybe 100% Rob Perez, but 80% Rob Perez is the reason that card was at like 700K views like 2 days after like this streak it got done being an event
yeah,
or whatever. Obviously, you got like
yeah,
Milo Janicic bringing a lot of people from Serbia or whatever eyes on it, and you got a lot of other people like Sun Jun Lee getting a lot of people from South Korea. So not 100% Rob Perez, but it's majority of it. And regardless if you're there to watch him or watch him to win or like hate watching him to see him get sparked or whatever, you're still got your eyes on the sport. So I can still respect it. Kind of. Obviously, he's talking crazy. When I say respect, I mean like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But
yeah,
man, just interviewing both of those guys and trying to like I said earlier, kind of picking a side. Not even necessarily picking a side, but like I have to be careful of what I say because I feel like I have so much respect for both of them. But I'm glad. Unfortunately for Rob, I'm glad it
yeah.
went the way it did because the universe would be like unbalanced if it didn't. Honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I'm gonna go into this next one for you. Da-da-da-da-da. Is there anyone you want to call out or have in mind for your next fight, for whenever that may be?
Oh, I don't see
It's
anyone
good,
really
bro.
on the roster anymore. That's like I gotta fight him. You know what I mean? Like everyone, I'm just like anyone that can get me close to the title. So whoever it is. And then there's like really no that's the problem with 205 is there's like not a lot of guys at 205
Yeah.
that are like winning, even have winning records. You know what I mean? Some people are 1-1 and we're bouncing up between 205 and 185. So you know what I mean? Like I think the best fight for me is like if I had to call someone out, it would be the block at 185. Because he's coming off the
185.
hype, off that last card. He
Yeah.
beat Montague, who I lost to. So it's like, yeah, I want him at 205. He's not going to do it. I want him at 185 if I can get him, and I want it on that White House card or that card, the weekend of the White House card, whatever they're doing in Washington D.C. They just got sanctioned in Washington D.C. and put all this American flag and stuff. And I'm like, I want that card, and I want the block at 185 or Jeff Craig, and that means I'm going for a 185-pound belt. You know what I mean? And I'll start, get on the treadmill and I'll start dieting now if we get it locked in. If we get locked in, yeah.
Oh God, I hope they come to you correct with a camp, and obviously I hope they sign you too, bro. Because bro, look at all this, bro. This is like I'm cheesing in this interview, bro. This is good. This is nice. Um, I think when I did interview Block or whatever, I asked him kind of the same question, like, is there anyone he has in mind or like wants to be on the DC card or whatever? And he said that they were kind of already like full of like they already did the matchmaking or whatever. They're kind of full in the card, but You know, with every DBX car, bruh, there's always some short notice replacement or someone pulls out or they need like some, some
Yeah.
short notice fight. So just stay ready, bruh. You never know with the opportunity that you
Yeah.
could get, bruh. Gonna go to the next one. What's your favorite conspiracy theory, bruh? Because you might know. You feel like you look like you might know something about something.
Oh damn. Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Well, I mean, like, there's a lot. Yeah, I'm like, I believe in a lot. I believe in a lot of them. I believe in a lot of them. But yeah, I'd say my favorite, my probably, I'm black, so I'm like, yo, all that shit was happening since after post slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the black people are. I think there was a clearly a conscious effort to keep black people into a lower class in society post slavery for as long as possible until being black is almost synonymous with poverty. And then once you have that, now you could just subjugate the lower class and you don't have to have the race written in the laws. So I think that's literally what they did. They just try to put as many black people, just kill off black leaders. Any large, good black movement, they're going to kill them off. They choose to promote like the Black Panthers, even though they're not the best black movement that lived. There's the Black Deacons who try to help black people, and they just shut them under the rug. There's FBI informants in every black movement that exists trying to make us look bad, trying to ruin it, trying to put horrible ideas, take over the movement. So I think that's just like that's my biggest. It's not. Like, it's honestly weird that it is a conspiracy theory, but it's like clearly subjugated this population of people until we were such in a lower class that you can just write the laws to be like, yeah, just keep poor people poor, and that's you're basically gonna hit 90% of the black people that you wanted to get in the first place, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm yeah, that and aliens are dope. That's dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm probably like way less realistic and studied on it, but there is one alien story that is pretty legit. And I'm like, that one, they had people, this guy went missing from his friend group, and all five of the guys took polygraphs, and the cops thought that they killed him. You know what I'm saying? The cops were like, you killed him. And so they all took polygraphs. He was missing for 5 days. Took the polygraphs. They all passed the polygraph saying he got friggin' shot by an alien spaceship. And then they went back for his body because everybody ran, which is realistic. If you see someone get blasted by aliens, you
Yes.
run, right? And then you go back for your homie. You're like, okay, we gotta go back for him. And he was gone. And then the dude appears 5 days later. And I just think it's unrealistic for a person to like survive after a work shift 5 days in the wilderness and then come back healthy and unscathed. And then
Yeah.
his story matched up with the five dudes story. Boom. I'm like, that's the best. That's as good as it gets. I'm like, I don't know.
Literally.
That's in the newspapers, and there's like the sheriff was going to arrest these men, and the whole town was like going to fire. They're like, because the sheriff is an elected position, so it's like if you don't find out what happened to this guy, and this is a big publicized story. These
It's
guys
not
are
gonna
talking
look
about
good for
aliens.
you.
You don't figure it's gonna be horrible. You know what I mean? So he even called in the FBI. So they had like people there, and there's a lot of weird stuff in that story. I think if you look it up, I can't remember what it's called, but it happened in Arizona in like the 70s, and that's like the most realistic alien story of all time.
Do you
Big
think that
facts.
the idea of alien or whatever, do you think they're like materialized like demons into this like realm or whatever, or do you think it's genuinely just like extraterrestrial life?
I would probably think that they would be different. Like I would think even if demons are materializing into this realm, like that, I'm not saying that's off the table, but aliens also though, because there's so many planets that can
Yeah.
sustain life in the galaxy. So it's like unless all that's fake up there, then yeah, I'm thinking there's definitely aliens, and there can also be demons. I'm not saying demons are off the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what would be the difference between super high advanced technology and magic to you? You would never know. So you could
Yeah.
just be like, you know, it could be an alien tricking you and think it's a demon. Could be a demon tricking you and think it's an alien. At that point, dude, we're lost here. You know what I mean? We got nothing going
Yeah.
on. If you're
We're
talking,
so
you know
off.
what I mean? When that happening,
Um, Amazing answer. I'm gonna go to the
yeah,
next one. Are you a nerd about anything? Is there anything you just be geeking over?
yeah, I do. I write code. So I be writing scripts in Python. I've created projects and stuff at work. So I geek out over that stuff. Like creating video games in the back end. Like I'll watch how people create video games and movies and stuff. So I'm like a nerd about that stuff. Like I'll there's like channels like Every Frame of a Painting, and they break down what makes a scene good and stuff. And I did take the drama in high school because it was an easy beat. And I needed it
Easy
to
B.
be able to compete. You know, I'm saying it's easy. I'm not getting A in anything, but it was an
Hey,
easy
I'm
beat.
with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, come on, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I took drama and film study in high school, and I took photography. So I do like that stuff that you would never people would never guess that. But then I also write code, I write script, write Python, and C plus. So it's just like you know. no one really guesses that when they
I was,
when they ask me what I do and stuff. Yeah.
I was about to say I would never guess that either. I mean, the only thing that makes you look not all right. This is crazy. I was about to say something. This is about to sound wrong. The only thing that gives something nerd about you is your glasses. Not that you look nerdy with them or
Yeah.
whatever, but like I would have never expected that. Someone that likes to get punched in the face in the way that you do, just coming forward, just best will in DBX, would also like to go write some code or maybe program some shit. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
just
What
a little
what
bit of
makes you
automation.
choose to do fighting instead of just pursuing that full time? You probably could be set doing that.
It's like it's a huge leap because like when you make good money doing that, you're like it's a lot of responsibility, and then you're like taking. It's just like I love fighting. I've always competed fighting. I want to be a fighter and train full time. There's a lot more free time. Code writing can take up a lot of time. Any project that you think you're gonna get done in a certain amount of time, there's like so much scope creep that just it takes so much longer. You think it's not like hard, you know what I mean? Like not backbreaking labor, but it's like it's definitely
Time
like mind
consuming.
numbing sometimes. Yeah,
Mind
super
numbing.
time consuming. Yeah. Oh, dude, it sucks.
So what you're saying is kind of like if you really had to do it, you would kind of have to be in the position to kind of like pick one and go all in instead of like kind of doing both.
Yeah, I think like right now I'm like, especially where I'm at, I just relocated to San Antonio to be closer to family and help out. I'm like, dude, I want to like kind of train full time and kind of like get signed to dirty boxing and see what I can do in DBX. You know what I mean? Kind of like one last hurrah in this thing because I'm only 30 now. I'm 31 now. But like I would like to get this show on the road and see if I could really make something happen in fighting,
You know what you
make
mean,
a name
career
for
wise.
myself. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Obviously, you got all the tools for it. You just gotta just the
yeah.
opportunities and you take up on them. I'm gonna go into the next one. Number 11. What is one thing you want people to know about you as James Cannon?
I'm the most entertaining fighter. I'm actually the only fighter that cares about the fans and actually cares that you guys are watching and spending your hard earned money in there. And I fully respect it. I worked full time my whole career, so I know exactly what it's like to value the dollar that you have. And I'm not here to waste your time. If I'm on the screen, I'm going to do my best to go forward and put on an entertaining fight for you. I don't care how hurt I am. I don't care how tired I am. I'm never giving up. I'm never out for the count. I got the best chin. I got the most willpower. I got the heaviest hands in the 205 pound division. It's just big facts. If you see James, that loose cannon on the screen, don't walk away. No bathroom breaks. Pay attention because you're about to see some fireworks.
Don't blink type shit.
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear. And we have now came to the end of the interview. And I don't know if you're familiar or not, but I'm gonna try to end every whatever interview the same way by asking anything to the Magic 8 Ball. Obviously, it's a yes or no question. Is there anything you'd like to ask? And since it's your first time, you can ask two, but you don't have to. It's up to you.
Ask if I'm gonna be on the Washington D.C. card. Short notice.
All right.
No, I'm staying, baby.
Will James the Loose Cannon get a call to fill up a spot short notice on DBX7 in Washington, D.C.?
No.
Ooh, it says it is decidedly so.
Okay. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah,
Bam.
there's a
That's
chance. You
perfect.
never know. AJ might
Yeah,
have to need you short
that's
notice.
all we do.
Is there
Hell
anything else
yeah.
you want to
And
ask him
I'm
for a
here.
second question?
Um, let's see. Oh, I'm gonna get signed to DBX this year.
All right. Will James the Loose Cannon get a contract with Dirty Boxing this year in 2026?
Come on.
Ooh. It is decidedly so again. That's two. That's
Yeah, that's
two
what
of
I'm
the same
saying.
answer on
Bam.
back-to-back
I see.
things.
Come on.
So
Come on, dude.
that's why I
That's what the
love the
people
Magic
want.
8 Ball, bro. That's why I love
Mhm.
that shit. It gave you the perfect answers. The same thing twice, which is very low chance of happening. So I feel like
Hell yeah.
that's
That's
something within
something.
itself.
Yeah. Throw it up
I
there.
just thank you for your time. Obviously, is there anything you'd want to end off the interview with, or if you're good?
Oh no, you look follow me on all my socials. It's usually that loose cannon or that real loose cannon on TikTok, but Instagram. I'm gonna be dropping a lot of clips, a lot of tutorials, help you guys learn how to fight. Real dumbed down, basic shit that you guys need to learn because a lot of sloppy weirdos on the internet. If I'm throwing sloppy punches, it's because I'm doing it specifically for a reason, and there's something I see in the fight. If you're throwing sloppy punches because you don't know how to throw punches, and you need to give me a follow and a like on my videos so you see more in your algorithm. Thank you, doggy.
Thank you, James. I appreciate it. We love the energy. Hopefully, we can have you on soon for a peer posted fight, whatever interview in the next fight.
Oh yeah, thank you,
Take
brother.
care. Bye.
All right, you too.